Hey, good evening everyone, and welcome to Zennie62 live vlogs. This is GoCSU. Zennie had finished his live stream, going on now and starting mine. So, welcome everyone. Tonight we're going to talk about Josh McDaniels and also, talking about Las Vegas. I've never really talked about it much, but, I kind of want to talk about it. So, the issues going on with it. Hey, Rick Rice, how you doing? So, welcome everyone to the stream tonight. Welcome. Let me, load here. So, Josh McDaniels, it has been announced that he has, I want to say spurned, but he will not be the head coach of the Indianapolis Colts. He will be staying on the Patriots staff next year. Now, what I think of that is that this was a thing that I did not see coming at all. I really didn't. I didn't see it coming. I thought that that he was gonna leave and go to Colts, and that would have been good. But this change in development, because the Patriots are so good, I think, here's my thoughts, okay, is what if Bill Belichick did something to say, hey, why don't said something like, hey, I'm gonna retire next year, or something of that nature, to say that, hey, Josh, can you stay? We, redid your contract. Could you stay on and become the next head coach when I retire next year or 2 years down the road? Because I think they want Josh McDaniels to stay on so that he can be Belichick's successor. What do y'all think? Because that, Belichick is, honestly, he's a good coach, but when he retires, they need somebody familiar with the organization, and I think that Josh McDaniels would be the best person for that. So, I don't know. I mean, what do you think? Because, I think that, guess the Patriots are a good team, but I did not think this was going to happen. I really did not think that Josh McDaniels would go away from the Colts and not be their head coach. I didn't think that was going to happen, but it did. I'm gonna do something here. But this is interesting. This is really interesting because if the what do the Colts do now? They're a good team. they are a really good team. And, you know, with this happening, I don't know what's going to happen now. I really don't know what's going to happen. I really don't. Because if the, you know, McDaniels leaving, going to the Patriots, then what's going to happen next? You know, what's going to happen next? Because the, you know, Colts now don't have a head coach. The Patriots have their offensive coordinator back. You know, it's very interesting. McDaniels is a great offensive coordinator. You know, he would have been a great head coach for the Colts. I mean, he would have been a great head coach. And, you know, now it's not happening. No, yeah, I mean, it is very interesting. Because, you know, it's so interesting. I didn't think that the Colts would not have a coach. You know, I thought they were going to have a coach tomorrow. But now they don't. You know, and Patriots get their offensive back. I think Josh McDaniels is going to succeed Bill Belichick in the next year or two. And, you know, yeah, I don't know. I have no clue. You know, it's so interesting. You know, it's just, it baffles me. Because McDaniels is like I've been saying, great offensive coordinator, great head coach. He did well with the Broncos. I mean, I don't know. What do y'all think? What do y'all think the Colts are going to do? That's what I'd like to look at tonight also. You know, it's so interesting. You know, it's so interesting. I didn't think it was going to happen, but it did. So, hey. You know, my next thing is the Colts coaching staff search. Who are the Colts going to get to be their next head coach? I mean, really? I mean, I don't know. I mean, and the Arizona Cardinals are still looking for somebody too, right? Oh, never mind. Never mind. You know, it's shocking. And, yeah. If okay, there's still people out there. The Steelers offensive coordinator Todd Haley, Vikings defensive coordinator George Edwards.
One thing that the Patriots fans are going to have.
I mean, who who's gonna be the next Colts head coach? It's either gonna be Steelers offensive or defensive coordinator. I think it's, I don't know. You know, let me know, cause I'd like to know down in the comments after this stream is done, or in the chat right now. Let me know, what do y'all think? Who do you think will be the next head coach of the Colts? Now that Josh McDaniels is back with the Patriots, who do you think will be back with the Colts? Who do you think will be the Colts? Let me know. But, moving on from that, I want to express my thoughts on this Vegas deal, because the Vegas deal I haven't talked about before yet, and I'd like to talk about it, because this issue is a big problem, and Zennie has pointed out time and time and time again that it is not a good deal. Now, a month ago now, Zennie said that the stadium is 5 months behind schedule now, and it's still going. 5 months and counting that the stadium is behind schedule to get built. And also, there's so much going into this that, it's just, there's so much going into the Vegas deal that is unbelievable. Raiders are losing money quick. We're seeing it from Zennie's streams. They are losing money quick with this stadium deal. And one person on Zennie's stream before I started mine tonight one person said that Mark Davis said he would go broke, and that he would go, this Vegas deal would happen, and he would push it until he goes broke. At least that's what I'm hearing. Now, with him, if he goes broke, that means good news for us, good news for all the Oakland Raider fans out there. Raiders would be staying in Oakland. I think this deal was bad from the start. Last year I thought it was a good deal. That was before I came on to Zennie62. And props to Zennie. Really. Kudos to Zennie for showing how bad this deal is. In the beginning of 2017, before I even came on to Zennie, I thought I wanted the Raiders to go to Vegas. I loved the stadium. I loved the design. Until I started watching Zennie62, and he's pointing out all the flaws that are with this deal. I mean, it would be great if maybe the, I don't know. I don't know. It's just the Raiders are a good team that I think you know what I think? Here's what I think. Okay, that stadium that they're wanting to build in Vegas. Okay, if it doesn't work out, why don't they build it in Oakland? Why don't they do that? Because if the stadium deal does not work out, they should build it in Oakland. Because UNLV is going to take over the project. But I think they're going to redesign the stadium. Raiders will not go to Vegas. I mean, they're hanging on by the skin of their teeth. I don't think they're going to go. I love the Raiders to death. I love them. They're getting to be a good team, but this side of things with the stadium issue, ridiculous. And for those who are watching, tell me, and I don't remember if Zennie said this, but has Mark Davis ever gone up to the City of Oakland City Council, and asked to build a stadium here in Oakland? Or there in Oakland. Not here, because here it's Denver. But has Mark Davis ever met with the City of Oakland to get a stadium done there? Has he ever done that? If he hasn't, it is on him that he did not go to City Council and get a stadium design, to stay there in Oakland. That is on him if he did not go to City Council. And I think that he did not go. It is strictly on Mark Davis and the Davis family, excluding Al, saying, they do not care. The Davis family does not care about the Raiders. They did not care about them like Al. It's ridiculous. If I were the owner, I would stay right there in Oakland. I would keep the Raiders. I would go to the city of Oakland and ask them, let's work together to build a stadium in Oakland. A new one. It's ridiculous. Mark Davis is not thinking properly. He is not thinking properly. He is not saying what Zennie is saying. He should be seeing what Zennie is saying. But no, he's not. Pedro says, I think he did so just to show that he tried. Mark is seeing money in Vegas that isn't there. Right. Vegas does not have the money. It would make Vegas go into farther debt. It would make the Raiders go into farther debt. This deal is straight out the worst deal I have ever seen. Guess one thing I'm going to say. Okay, the LA Rams and LA Chargers project. Okay, the stadium that is being built there in Oakland. Or there in LA, Los Angeles. They had all of their ducks in a row before they even got allowed to move to LA and build a stadium. They had all of their ducks in a row. With this Vegas deal, with what Zennie has been showing me over the past almost a year now, saying the Raiders being approved to go to Oakland or go to Vegas, they did not have they still don't have their ducks in a row, meaning all of the paperwork signed and done, these bonds passed, the land situated, tested, and soil samples situated, right land picked out, the stadium site has gone downhill, or started going downhill, the moment the NFL approved the Raiders to go to Vegas. It started going downhill from there, and it's still going downhill. You know, this project is the worst project I have ever seen out of the NFL. When I looked at the Viking Stadium project, when I looked at the Rams and Chargers Stadium project, when I looked at, I think, the 49ers Stadium project, you know, I looked at them like they had all of their ducks in a row. They had everything complete, bonds passed, you know, everything done before they even started. And that's including the Atlanta Falcons. Before they even got approved to move to that city, or even before, you know, the stadium was approved and started building. They had all of their ducks in a row. With this Vegas deal, no progress. I do not see any progress on that stadium. No progress whatsoever. Rick Rice keeps saying it, and I keep with him. Vegas is a total joke. This stadium project shouldn't even be going on. Mark Davis is not seeing what Zennie is seeing. He is not seeing what how many subscribers does Zennie have? I don't even know. 38,000 subscribers? What Zennie has showed all of us 38,000 subscribers, that Mark Davis does not have everything in place. He is doing the right thing. He only sees this. He does not care about the fans in Oakland. He does not care whatsoever about us. And for Oakland fans across the country or across the world, he does not care. Guys, folks, he does not care, folks. Doesn't care whatsoever. Rick Rice says ducks not in a row. Right. Mark Davis has nothing to show that they're making progress in this with this deal. The Raiders are going into more debt. They are, yeah. Pedro says, what if Mark sells the team and the new owner has the money to finish the stadium in Las Vegas, just like the Rams owner. He didn't care about St. Louis fans. Pedro brings up a good point. Okay, now this is my thinking, I don't know. I mean, with seeing all three of the projects that the Raiders, the Chargers, and the Rams, all the stadium proposals that was proposed, well, no, two of them, in San Diego and St. Louis, I thought were good stadiums, were great projects. But, thing I do have to say though, it was a flaw. Going to this Chargers project it's really on Chargers fans. It's the Chargers fans' fault. And I'll tell you why. Okay, so there was a hotel tax that had to be passed so that they could get the new stadium. What's the Chargers owner's name? I forgot. Oh, goodness. Dean Spanos. Okay. Dean Spanos, before that vote even happened in November, Dean Spanos said that if this tax does not pass, meaning the hotel tax that would keep the Chargers in San Diego and get this new stadium built, then Dean said that he would leave San Diego and go to LA. He threatened the Chargers fans. Guess what? I was keeping track of that vote all night long. Guess what? No. The hotel tax did not pass, which meant when that day happened, I'm like, bye-bye Chargers. Chargers are gone. I think it was on the Chargers fans, a little bit. That's just my opinion, though. I mean, you can get mad at me all you want, but that's my opinion. For the Chargers to keep, for the fans, Chargers fans not to pass the hotel tax, is saying they said that night after it did not pass, they said, we don't want the Chargers. That's literally what it was pointing out to me. Saying, I'm sorry, we don't care about you. We don't want to have to pay that to get the Chargers in Oakland, keep the Chargers in San Diego. They don't want to have to pay that much money to keep their team. Well, you got what you wanted in San Diego. Now you get mad because the Chargers left. But really, you should be mad at yourselves for not passing that deal to keep the Chargers in San Diego. Now, I haven't paid attention. I didn't even pay attention to St. Louis deal. I just wanted somebody in LA. That's all. This San Diego deal, I loved the deal. I loved it. But there was only one flaw, was the hotel tax had to be passed so that they could start paying for the stadium. With that not getting passed, the Chargers left. The Chargers left San Diego and went to LA and joined with the Rams to build their stadium. That's perfect. No, perfect, but that's basically what happened with San Diego deal. It's ridiculous. You know, I loved the San Diego deal. I loved the LA deal. I loved the Oakland deal that the Ronnie Lott group and the the city of Oakland was working on to get it. It didn't happen, guys. It did not happen. And so, with that in mind, I mean, I don't know. Pedro says St. Louis had a proposal for a new stadium, but Stan Kroenke had no interest. Right, and that's on the owner's part. That's on Stan Kroenke's part. You know, I really can't say anything bad about Stan and his family because his family owns almost all the pro sports teams here in Colorado. So I can't really say anything bad, but it is on Stan Kroenke's part that he didn't choose the St. Louis plan that St. Louis put out, and that's on him. You know, but he did want, I think he was determined to get the Rams play. You know, that's the only team I saw that really would go, or the Chargers. But I mean, yeah, all three teams were, except for the Chargers, were in over their heads. Stan Kroenke and the Rams and Mark Davis and the Raiders now. Both teams are in over their heads. The only team that should have gone to Los Angeles is the San Diego Chargers. That's the only team that should have gone. Just saying. Really. Just saying. And Chargers fans can say all you want, but it's the truth. Really. Because the facts prove it. You know, if you look up the stadium tax deal or the hotel tax, that's what would have covered the Chargers Stadium. San Diego fans, I know you are passionate fans for the Chargers, but it is on you that if you want to keep a team, when they threaten they're going to move if something doesn't get passed, you, on your part, has to make sure that whatever the team threatens that doesn't pass, they'll move. You have to make sure that it gets passed so that you will keep your team. Chargers fans, I know you're passionate, but that is on your part, on you. Let the Chargers leave. You guys, don't be mad at the Chargers leaving. Be mad at yourself for letting the Chargers leave and not doing everything possible that you could to let the Chargers, to keep the Chargers in San Diego. It is on you. I'm not being mean, I'm just proving the facts, saying that was on you. Welcome, Rob Iman. How you doing? Rob says we'll get an XFL team. San Diego will get an XFL team. I agree. Rob, did you just hear my rant about San Diego? I hope y'all heard my rant because it's true. What I said about San Diego fans is true. They did not do their part to keep the Chargers in San Diego. I would have loved for the Chargers to stay, for the Raiders to stay, and the Rams to stay in their hometown, in their towns. That did not happen. Now we have two teams who really, I think, have everything together in LA. One who's out of his mind. They're out of their minds trying to go to Vegas. Out of their minds. Chargers, they're a good team, and I wish the best for them to do good in LA. And I hope you get a lot of fans. Rob Einman says, I hope the Aztecs succeed in getting a new stadium on the Jack Murphy site. Really? Oh yeah, that's true. I forgot. San Diego Aztecs. Yeah, I do. I hope the Aztecs do. One thing I hope is for, what is it, San Diego No, not Pirates. What's the baseball team in San Diego? Padres or something? Pedro says, speaking of XFL, Las Vegas had a team. I wonder if they'll contribute to the LV Dome. I don't think so. No. Because Raiders, if the Raiders aren't going, I don't think it would be, I don't think that, well, maybe. The XFL team might help UNLV, maybe. Rob Einman, thank you. Padres. Okay, for Padres fans, same as Chargers fans, okay? To Padres fans there in San Diego, whenever they want a new stadium, if they threaten to move to another city, if move to a new city, if something that needs to be voted on to build a stadium, I hope for Padres fans that they will vote and do everything they can to get it passed so that they will keep their team. If you don't, then that will be your fault again, and you would not have learned from San Diego. Rob says Aztecs may be playing college games at Petco Park for a few years. Interesting, really. Rob also says Padres have attendance issues at Petco Park. Right. For those who are getting in late, I recommend watching, halfway through. Because when I started this deal, I started going into San Diego. And all three deals were good deals. The Oakland Stadium deal with the Ronnie Lott Group, and the San Diego deal and the St. Louis deal are great. Those were great proposals. Great things, but two of them didn't happen. All three of them didn't happen. I'm shocked. Well, I'm not really shocked. I'm shocked about the Chargers one. Well, maybe. Robin says San Diegans are fair weather fans. Right, but, if you didn't hear me before, Chargers fans, okay, they had that stadium tax in November. The Chargers before that threatened that if it did not get passed, that the Chargers would leave. That the Chargers would leave. Now, you would think that the fans would get, because this this hotel tax was going to help the stadium get built there in San Diego. It was going to help them it was going to get built. Now, because it did not happen, because Chargers fans voted no, it is on them because the Chargers lost or left. Because they did not pass what was needed to build a stadium and keep the Chargers in San Diego. It is on Chargers fans. That's what I've got to say on that. Getting back to Las Vegas. Las Vegas is a good city. I have no problem with Vegas, but like Zennie said on his stream, I have a problem with the stadium, with the project. I have a problem with it. That's what I'm going to say about that. But I am going to talk to y'all later. Well, actually, Rob says Chargers can now barely fill a soccer stadium in Carson. Right. That's what I'm saying. But they're still a good team. I think Chargers are still establishing themselves in LA. It's going to take some time to get Chargers fans. It's going to take time to get Rams fans. It's going to take time. It really is. It's going to take time. So, Rob says, I think Raiders attendance could suffer next season. And Pedro says Chargers should have moved to Las Vegas. I don't think so. No, I don't think so. Las Vegas wouldn't have been good for the Chargers either. Neither Las Vegas deal would be good for any team, except for, one that, I don't know. Rob says Raiders fans may decide to boycott games. Rob, I'm pretty sure there already are Raiders fans who are boycotting games. Take, for example, one who boycotted the team even because they're leaving Las Vegas. Now, I'm not sure, what is it, Godfather Grizz or... No. What's his... Oh, goodness. Dr. Death. Does anybody talk to... or Dr. Death, I don't think is watching Zennie's channel. Because if he abandoned on the Raiders, I think that was a bad idea. And Dr. Death, if you do watch this, I'm sorry. You're a good person, I know. I just think you should not give up on the Raiders. I had just become a Raiders fan 2 years before that. Before they supposedly announced their move to Vegas. And I'm not gonna leave the Raiders and say, oh, Raiders are going to Vegas. No. The Raiders organization, I still have hope that they will stay in Oakland. I still have a lot of hope that the Raiders will stay in Oakland. There's a lot of hope. And I hope that those who are watching now and who will watch my stream after it is done, I hope will not give up. Do not give up on the Raiders. Please, don't give up on them. No, please, don't give up on them. Pedro said whoever moves to Vegas will have no home field advantage. Raider home games are unique. My cousin, who is a Cowboys fan, rather go to a Raider game because it's fun and energetic. Right. I became a Raiders fan not because of how bad they were or how good they were. I followed Jack. But Jack Del Rio left now. I am not a Jack Del Rio fan anymore. I am a Oakland Raider. I am a Raider fan. So if people hate me, fine, that's fine with me. But I will not just sit there and watch and say Raiders are going to Vegas. I was that way until Zennie showed me all the problems. Now I'm like, there's still hope for the Raiders to stay in Oakland. And with that, I have been going 46 minutes now. I'm going to head out, y'all. I'm going to leave and I will talk to y'all later. Go Raiders. Keep faith. Keep believing that the Raiders will stay in Oakland. Keep the faith. Keep your hopes up. I can see there's a light at the end of the tunnel. There is, you guys. There's a light at the end of the tunnel. I see it. Oh, I hope you guys see the light at the end of the tunnel too. With that, thank you all for supporting me through everything that I do on Zennie's channel. I really do appreciate it. Y'all support me and it's awesome. I love it. With that, I will talk to you guys later. Glad we talked. I enjoyed it a lot. Thank you to everyone who watched. And like always, my signature thing is Go Raiders! Go Raiders, guys. Talk to you later.